Welcome to Global Tax Talks Tax in 60 Seconds. I'm Will Morris, and here are some things to watch out for in the coming week. First, we may or may not get the Pillar 1 Amount A Multilateral Convention very shortly. But expect talk about that and associated OECD issues, even if the MLC is slightly delayed, because of a wealth of information that recently came out at the annual OECD conference in Washington, D.C. There was talk about Amount A and the MLC itself, with assurances by the OECD and US Treasury officials that many of the gaps had been narrowed, including apparently on DSTs, and that countries remained at the table negotiating. There was also much discussion of Amount B, with the US expressing some reservations about whether it would be robust enough for the US to sign, and citing particular differences over issues such as mandatory versus elective, and more detailed points about the use of country uplifts, i.e. allowing more income to be allocated to a country, and the use of local country data sets and optional qualitative scoping filters. My guess is that the US still wants to sign the MLC and thus postpone DSTs for a little longer, but we'll know soon enough. There was also much talk about Pillar 2, including about permanent safe harbors and dispute resolution, but the issue of complexity kept coming up, and the proof of this particular pudding will very definitely be in the eating. Anyway, stay tuned for the MLC. In other news, Canada has finally enacted its digital services tax, and I think we'll hear more about that. While not yet in force, that requires another, but not terribly difficult step. There is increasing pressure on the US government to react. There's going to be a lot of politics, including some US election politics around this. Finally, to diffuse difficult situations over the course of my career, I've often said to people, it's only tax. It's not a matter of life and death. Tragically, very recently in Kenya, I was proved wrong. Protests against proposed tax rises by the government in order to meet its IMF commitments turned deadly. My thoughts, and I'm sure many of yours, are with the people of Kenya at this time. Thanks for watching.